Now that we've learned some finger exercises, the next thing will be to start learning to play something on the guitar. So we will be starting with some melodies. Now, what exactly is in melody is just a sequence of notes that's like a tune that comes together to form a song. So we'll be starting with Happy Birthday to You. So a melody would be the notes that are part of the song. So each note of that humming is what we'll be playing, and the sequence of all of them put together is a melody. Now, before we start playing melodies, you need to learn how to read or interpret notes on the guitar. So you may have seen musical notations, the clefs and other things. We'll be, as part of the simplified version, learning something called tablatures, or what we refer to as tabs. Tabs is nothing but a simplified version of musical notations where we have numbers on a set of lines which indicates which notes to play. So there'll be 6 lines, each depicting a string of the guitar. So 6 strings, 6 lines. And a number on each line basically says which note you'll be playing on that string. So if there's a number 3, we'll be playing on the 3rd fret of that string. Now, one thing that you have to remember, the top line that you see is the bottom string. Okay? The bottom line that you see is the top string. Now, you'll be wondering why they have put it upside down. Well, different reasons, but one thing that I think is pretty common is when I see my guitar from here, when I look at it this way, this is my bottom string and this is my top string. So if you see a number 3 on the bottom line, it's the number 3 on this string. For me, it's the bottom string. This is the top string. Okay. So any 6 lines that you see there will be, from my reference, looking at it from this way, bottom to top. As long as you keep that in mind, the way you read tablatures should be simple. Now, so if I take the number 0 on the top string, 0 is an open note. So I'm not holding any fret. It's this. So if I take a 1 on the top line, it is 1, the first fret, my bottom string. And number 2 on the top line will be a number 2 on my high E string. Okay, so on and so forth. So now we will go back to the melody of Happy Birthday to You. So if you see the melody, we'll be starting with 0, 0 on the 3rd line from top of the tablatures. In this case, it'll be 3rd string from down. Okay, so this is the G string. E, B, G, D, A, E. Every bad girl deserves an egg. So this string, we're going to strike the open note. Okay, the next note is 2 and 0. Okay. Got it? All you have to do is continue playing all the notes that you see on the musical notation or the tabs there, and you will get the first melody. Okay, so that's your first melody. Simple. Practice it and you'll be able to play it. Now, one thing that you have to keep in mind, when you're playing any notes on the first fret, try to use your index finger. Any notes that you play on the 2nd fret, use your middle finger. And any notes that you play, on the 3rd fret, use your ring finger. Okay. Once you do this and practice, you'll be able to play this melody. And every time you pick up the guitar, try and do your finger exercises at the beginning, first 3-4 minutes, and then start learning something new. That way you will keep your fingers flexible and keep building on what you've learned. Thank you.